There have been a slew of targeted killings in Kashmir. 2 Kashmiri Pandits who have been shot at by jihadi terrorists. Out of them, 45-year-old Sunil Kumar Bhatt was killed. His brother injured and admitted to a hospital. And obviously, this has led to fear, panic and anger returning to the valley.
The minuscule Hindu minority in Kashmir targeted once again by terrorists. 45-year-old Sunil Kumar Bhatt shot dead in South Kashmir's Shopian. Islamist terrorists opened fire at the 2 brothers as they were working in an apple orchard adjacent to their house. Sunil Kumar Bhatt succumbed to the injuries while his brother Pratimbar Nath is critical and has been shifted to a nearby hospital for treatment. The Chottigam area has been cordoned off to nab the attackers. Bhatt is survived by a physically handicapped elder brother and a wife and 4 daughters. Sunil Kumar Bhatt was the sole breadwinner of his family, and farming was the family's source of livelihood.
It's disgusting. It pains me. So while I feel distraught and sad about losing a brother, a family member, a Kashmiri Hindu or a Kashmiri Muslim or anybody who is a victim of terrorism, I also want to say that it is a slap on the faces of all those so-called intellectuals, so-called pseudo-intellectuals who still want to not believe that this tragedy is taking place.
कश्मीर के गांव-गांव में इस बार जश्न आजादी का जो पर्व मनाया गया, पूरी दुनिया ने वो देखा, उससे इन आतंकवादियों को तकलीफ हुई। जो आतंकवादी इस साजिश में शामिल हैं, उनको ढूंढ कर उनको और उनके समर्थकों को मौत के घाट उतारा जाएगा और इस निर्मम हत्याकांड का बदला लिया जाएगा।
Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha and former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah have condemned the attack. Former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti and AIMIM MP Asaduddin Owaisi slammed the government at the centre for failing to protect the minorities in Kashmir.
और वहाँ पर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की सरकार है, प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चलता है, तो वो नाकाम साबित हुए।
The BJP protesting accused Pakistan of sponsoring terrorism in the Kashmir Valley.
Massive outrage across the country over the killing of a Kashmiri Pandit in South Kashmir Shopian district, and here you can see that the activists of Rashtriya Bajrang Dal are staging protests in Jammu. They are raising slogans against Pakistan and terrorists, and they are also castigating the J&K administration for having failed to provide adequate security to the members of the minority Kashmiri Pandit community in the valley. There is massive outrage across the country, and in Jammu, protests are being staged by Bajrang Dal activists.
Since 2020, 14 Hindu civilians have been identified and targeted by jihadists. That apart from secular Muslim artists, police personnel and labourers. For a community with less than 1% presence in the Muslim-majority Kashmir Valley, the fear among them is writ large with unending murders. With Sunilji Bhatt and Pooja Shali, Bureau Report, India Today.
The killing of Sunil Bhatt has once again put the spotlight on hybrid terror. Pistols have replaced AK-47s. There are no high-profile targets, and instead of large terror groups, unassuming locals now shoot and scoot, and that makes it harder for our forces.
The targets aren't high profile. The terrorists not previously known. The weapons not the conspicuous Kalashnikov. Unpredictable, interrelated attacks that attract fleeting attention. And their perpetrators slip back into routine life after executing them with pistols and revolvers.
Investigations have begun in the terror attack that took place on 2 Kashmiri Pandits in South Kashmir Shopian district. Forensic teams are also on their job. However, as per the preliminary investigation, it is being suspected that hybrid terrorists could have carried out this attack on Sunil Kumar Bhatt and his brother. The terrorists could have used small firearms like pistols, a pattern that was witnessed in the previous targeted killings as well in the Kashmir Valley.
Sunil Kumar fell to terrorist gunshots. His brother hospitalized with bullet injuries.
जब हमारा वाक़ा हुआ मेरे भाई के साथ, मैं 4 बार ड्यूकॉम के पास गया, डीसी के पास गया, उन्होंने एक बाजी हमारी न्यूज़ में बोला अपने गांव में बैठो, उधरी मारो, उधरी करो अपना काम। इसलिए आज हमें ये देखना पड़ा, पहले उनको लाओ, इनको यहाँ से दफा करो, गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म सर्विस करो डीसी और ड्यूकॉम साहब को।
Targeted killings executed in a new version of jihadi violence. Hybrid terrorists, the boys next door using small firearms. The radicalized local youth picking up the weapon. Mostly pistols making their way from Pakistan. 10 people killed in targeted shoot and scoot attacks since May this year. Around 160 terrorists estimated to be active in the valley. Among them, 70 are local and 90 foreign from across the border. And hybrid terrorists number at least 50.
With the crackdown on the separatists and terror sympathizers in the J&K administration, sentencing of Yasin Malik and the government's move to restore the occupied land of the Kashmiri Pandits, the terrorists are desperate, and that is why they are indulging in these targeted killings to make their presence felt in the Kashmir Valley. The terrorists are choosing soft targets, low-profile targets like the members of the minuscule minority of Kashmiri Pandits. With video journalist Neeraj Kumar, this is Sunil Bhatt reporting from Jammu for India Today.